The idea of death in the book Thief is represented through the figure of speech we know as personification. So, in order for us to understand how death is represented as personification, we will first look at what is death, how, like, the definition of death, and then the definition of personification, and how these two relate to each other by looking at examples in the book. So, firstly, according to the Oxford Dictionary, I think, yes, the Oxford Dictionary, death is the action of dying or the end of the life of a person or the state of being dead or the ending of a vital process in a cell. In one of the first chapters in the book, we read the first chapters as in about titled about the book, we read that the novel is narrated by death. So, meaning that the idea of dying or death, the idea, intangible thing, is narrated, is the narrator of the book. Now, to look at what personification is. According to the same dictionary, personification is the attribution of a personal nature or human characteristic to something non-human. So, the idea of death is being given a human characteristic. So, also the example I used previously is one of the first examples we will use of how death is being narrated, how death is being personified. Death, which is an idea or something that is non-human, has the characteristic of being a narrator, something that a human is supposed to be doing. It says, mistakes, it's all I seem to be capable of at times. And I just find it interesting, or not interesting necessarily, but this is also a very good example of how death is personified, because death, being the narrator, is making mistakes. And making mistakes is something that is a very human like thing to do.